It's your big day for your home buying purchase. It is your closing day. What happens now? So a lot of home buyers feel unprepared for closing day. It's very common. They don't know what to expect, if they're supposed to bring any documents, what the timeline, how long is it going to take, what surprises might happen. So in this video, I will talk you through what actually happens on closing day, what documents you're going to be signing, and what you need to bring to closing. So first, for your closing day, typically the day before or the morning of, depending on what time you're closing, you want to do a final walkthrough with your real estate agent. So walk through the property one last time, make sure that all of the appliances are working, make sure the hot water works, make sure that everything in the home is in the exact condition that you saw it the last time you were there. Typically, the last time you were there is for the home inspection. So if there were any home inspection items that you negotiated, you're going to want to make sure that those items are repaired, replaced, whatever it may be. So walk through the property. It should be in the condition that you expect it to be in. And if it is not, your realtor needs to reach out to the seller's realtor and make sure that whatever is not right is going to be fixed before closing. And you're going to want to get proof that that is done. Very rare that we run into situations where something is not done, but you never know. So do a final walkthrough, make sure the home is exactly as you expected it to be. Now, on closing day in Massachusetts, it is you and your attorney. Your realtor does not typically attend, your lender does not typically attend. There have been cases where I've gone. If a buyer wants me to go to closing, I am more than happy to go to closing and sit with you guys, but typically it is just you and your attorney. Your attorney is going to have a stack of papers for you that you are going to go through and you are going to sign. So truly it is you and your attorney in a room, typically at a big conference desk. He or she brings in a big stack of papers that you guys go through and they are going to explain each document to you. Now, I've sat there with buyers and they've been confused when they're just signing. They're not asking questions and then they're looking over at me and kind of giving me a look. Do not be afraid to ask questions. That is why your attorney is there. They are there to answer your questions. So if you are confused, if you don't know what a piece of paper means, absolutely speak up and ask. And if you don't think that you're going to be comfortable asking, totally ask your real estate agent to be there. I am more than happy to go to closing and just kind of be a buffer, be a sounding board, be another ear, whatever it may be, and ask the questions that maybe you're not comfortable asking. So absolutely ask your real estate agent to be there for closing, but you're going to just be signing a whole bunch of paperwork. What should you be bringing? You want to bring your ID. That's typically the number one thing that you're asked to bring is your ID. You may be asked to bring a certified check, or they'll give you wire details if you're going to owe additional money. So what money is typically owed at the closing table? Your down payment and your closing costs. Now, your down payment is going to be, let's say your total down payment was $20,000 and you paid $1,000 when your offer was accepted as an earnest money deposit. And then you paid another $4,000 for a second earnest money deposit when you signed the purchase and sale. So you've paid a $1,000 deposit and a $4,000 deposit. That's a total of $5,000 in deposit. Those deposits go towards your down payment. So if your total down payment was $20,000, you've already paid $5,000 in earnest money deposits. Your down payment that you need to bring to the closing table is now $15,000. So you're bringing your remainder of your down payment and you're bringing your closing costs. Now, your closing costs should be specified by your attorney in a statement that they are going to be sending to you. They will send you a settlement statement prior to closing. Typically, you get this 3 days before closing, so you have time to review the document. And they are going to tell you, you need to bring a check for X amount of dollars to the closing table for your closing costs. So they're going to let you know how much you need to bring to the closing table for your closing costs and your down payment. So you'll typically need to bring the certified check and your ID. Your attorney should let you know if there's any other items that need to be brought to the closing table, but typically it's those two items. Now, what might delay a closing? Well, nobody ever wants to have a closing delayed, but there are things that could delay a closing. Typically it's a wire delay. So if the money from your lender doesn't get there in time, or if your wire doesn't go through in time, that may be something that delays closing. Once in a while, very rare, missing signatures. If you miss a page or whatever that may be, if two people are signing, it may get a little confusing. You want to make sure that you're both signing the right paperwork at all times. So missing signature could be another thing. Last minute lender conditions could be something that happens. Just a few timing issues that could delay closing. Now in Massachusetts, you cannot get your keys until the property is on record. So it's a big question that you get. So once your property is on record with the city or town, then you get the keys and can start moving into your property. What does on record mean? So when you go to the closing, you and your attorney are sitting down, you're signing a stack of paperwork. Once that paperwork is all signed, the wire goes through, or the check is cleared, whatever that may be, but typically a wire, the wire goes through, that your attorney is sending the paperwork to the town so that they can record it and that they can record the sale. Once the sale is recorded with the town, you get keys to your new home. That's how it goes. And typically, I mean, very, very common that it's same day. I always suggest a morning closing to my clients. That way they can be in same day, because it takes a couple hours for the town to record the deed. So that's kind of like timeline. You're going to have a couple of hours after closing where you're wishing that you could be in the house, but you can't just yet. Got to be on record. So once you go on record, you get the keys to your house. What do you do after closing? You want to store all of your documents. So get a binder and just get all of your documents in a safe place so you know, this is my housing binder. It's got all of my documents and whatever else I may need. Maybe you've got appliance maintenance manuals, whatever it may be that the seller has left you as well. Put all of that stuff in your housing binder. You can also put your home inspection in your housing binder as well. That way you've just got a little bit of information on your house all in one binder, all in one spot. So put all of your documents in a binder. That way you have everything in one spot. Before closing, you're going to want to set up utilities and have them in your name for that date. So if you're closing on January 15th, have the electricity put in your name for January 15th. So set up your utilities. Your real estate agent can work with the seller's agent to get a list of utilities so you can set those up prior to closing so that when you move in, you've got all of your utilities already set up. And you're also going to want to forward your mail, of course. Go to the post office, get a forwarding document, and forward your mail from your old address to your new address, and make sure that you're getting everything that you need at your new home. So if you have any questions, I am here to answer all of your questions. If you're a first-time home buyer and you're excited for closing day, let me know. If you've been through closing day and you had a hiccup or a surprise, I'd love to know that stuff. Share it in the comments so that we can all learn from your experience, and ask me any of your questions in the comments as well. I'm available anytime. Have a great week.